Fight fans, this is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Frank Sanchez. The Cuban Flash is already making plans to join Reynoso and Canelo in camp in San Diego, California. He says, when they broke the news to me about fighting on May 8th, I was very happy. Now I'm going to the camp in San Diego to get ready to put on a good show and keep proving that I'm one of the best in the heavyweight division and a future world champion, Sanchez told George Ebro. He said, they did tell me to fight in Miami, but in the last fight against Julian Fernandez, I ended up with a swollen ankle. In fact, I did the entire fight with that hassle. I had to take care of the orthopedics, and when I was getting better, there were only 2 weeks left to do the fight in Miami last month. My team decided not to take any chances. He says, I'm going to prepare well because strong things are coming this year. We plan to discuss a world title shot. This May 8th event is going to be a very big event, and I have to keep showing what I have. There are several potential opponents, but there is no confirmation as to who it will be. Things are going well with all of the fighters being trained by Reynoso, and we're all approaching the goal of being world champions, like Oscar Valdez. If I stay healthy, I may fight on the other cards involving Canelo, and my mind is set on a title. Those are the words of Frank the Cuban Flash Sanchez. Now, let me counterpunch. I think Frank has an interesting career. Okay. He's a good guy. I know him. He's very respectful, humble guy, Cuban fighter. And one thing about him, he's a hybrid. So he's not only learning the distance in the cat and mouse style that he always knew in Cuba, but he's learning the Mexican style to be more aggressive. Okay. More of the go-getter, the attack. Okay. Instead of the wait to counter, like a lot of people do. He has a quick, swift style. He throws a lot of combinations anyway. And I saw that before he joined Team Reynoso. So they can only make it better. Okay. I like the idea of Frank mentioning the accident or the incident or the injury concerning the injury after the fight. You never seen him talk about that at all until now. This is the first time I ever heard it, which is great. See, when you say it afterwards, you can never say, oh, well, hey, yeah, that happened. And then plus he's a winner, so who cares at the end of the day? Okay, so that just comes off as a reason for him not showing what he has. Okay, now, the only question I have for Frank Sanchez, because I know all those guys over there, from Andy to Canelo to Oscar to Ryan to Frank. All these guys are doing good. All of them are doing well. They're all winning. None of them have lost. They have this Reynoso clique, the Reynoso clan, right? La Familia. And all of them want to be champions. The only problem I have is Andy, he's working his butt off to lose weight, to turn into some mean, lean Mexican fighting machine. And their plans for him to become a unified world champion again. So I guess they're eyeing Joshua maybe, or Fury, or the winner out of those two. But then Frank, they want him to be a champion also. So what are they doing? I mean, how are they focusing both guys to get the same thing without them fighting each other? Because eventually, if they keep winning, they're going to have to fight each other eventually. Then we'll have some Andre Rozier dilemma type of deal. Like, who would I favor? Ruiz or Sanchez, right? The twice beaten Ruiz, that is the former unified first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, or the Cuban Flash, the unbeaten Cuban sensation that fights with punches and bunches, that has fought himself up to this point. So it will be a question of, hey, who's going to do what? And even, okay, let's say, whoever wins out, which is going to be a while, people. It's going to be a year and a half, at least 2 years before Joshua and Fury fight twice. Okay. We just want to see the first fight first, but That's going to be a while. And then when those belts, when someone brings them together, and then when whoever relinquish those titles, then they will be available. And okay, all right, Frank gets one, Andy gets another, right? Then you got a guy over here maybe that has two of them. Wilder might get another one. Who knows? So the question is, sure, I mean, for the time being, yeah, they can all be champions, but but if the overall goal is to become an undisputed champion, that's going to be a problem. Unless they're just happy by like a type of situation, since they're all like La Familia, they could be like the Klitschko's. You know what I mean? So, you'd have Andy over here with the WBA and IBF. Then you have the WBO over here with Frank Sanchez. You know what I mean? Chilling. And they're good with that. And then they've made a pact like, hey, we won't fight each other unless the money's really right. Right? So you can have a Mexico versus Cuban rivalry, those type of things. But, it does make me wonder and scratch my head, like, what are they going to do if everyone keeps winning? Because those particular prodigies and fighters are in the same weight class. That's the question I have. But again, I look forward to seeing Frank Sanchez. He's a very exciting fighter. I think he will go far. I think he just has to watch his defense because his offense is on point. But it looks good to see him back in the ring, and I think that's a good way to piggyback off of Canelo. Hey, get on the undercard because Canelo has fans. And then if Canelo has fans and he's fighting on the undercard, knocking people out of the ring, mind you, right? People are going to want to see that any day of the week. So why not? Bring on the Cuban Flash. So if he can fight on the undercards of Canelo Alvarez, that would be great. Remember, Felix Trinidad did the same thing with Juan Manuel Marquez, with Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., right? And that relationship lasted a long time. On top of they were both in the same weight class. So that's just food for thought, a little touch and go. But you guys tell me what you think about the Cuban glow. Bars. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Frank Sanchez coming back to the ring May 8th on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.